Hello, kids! How are you? Welcome to our new lesson for this new quarter. We are now at quarter 2 and we are going to discuss about PE and health. And for this video, we're going to discuss weeks 1 to 2, which covers the topic or lesson about characteristics of a healthy family, importance of promoting a healthy family, roles and responsibilities of family members in promoting family health. So this is again our lesson for P and Health for quarter 2 for weeks 1 to 2. So welcome and let's start our new learning for this week. Okay, so characteristics of a healthy family. A healthy family is characterized by strong bonds, open communication, and mutual respect. Members support each other, share responsibilities, and work together to create a positive and supportive environment. So what an ideal family. But as we all know, walang perfect na family, 'di ba? And each and every family faces different kinds of problems. But what is important is how do they keep their family strong and intact. Hindi ba? So sa isang pamilya, hindi talaga yan magiging perpekto. At bawat pamilya may kanya-kanya silang pinagdadaanan. Kaya hindi natin pwedeng husgahan yung isang pamilya na akala natin wala silang pinagdadaanan at akala naman natin sa ibang pamilya ay talagang parang hirap na hirap sa buhay. So we have our own ways on how to make our family happy. May mga pamilya na simpleng bagay ay nakakapagpasaya na sa kanila at may mga pamilya na iba't iba rin yung kanilang pamamaraan para maging masaya at para maging mapalalim yung kanilang samahan bilang isang pamilya. So we have here some signs of a healthy family relationship. So as I've said a while ago, walang pamilya na perfect. So but as much as we can, so we can try to incorporate these kinds of traits, and we can also try to do these things that we're going to discuss to make our family stronger. Okay? And para mas maging matatag at malapit sa isa't isa yung isang pamilya. So, ideally, this is the signs of a healthy family relationship. So, of course, we should have open communication. So, lagi dapat bukas ang komunikasyon sa pagitan ng magulang at mga anak. Dapat nakakapagsabi yung mga anak ng kanilang mga saloobin sa kanilang magulang, and at the same time, dapat natatanong din ng magulang kung kumusta na ba yung kanilang mga anak. So, in that way, makakapag-usap, mas magiging magaan yung daloy ng communication between the parents and the children. So, one way is, sabi nga, that's why we give importance, lalo na yung pagsasalo-salo ng pagkain, sabay-sabay na pagkain. It is because during mealtime, doon yung nakakapagkamustahan na tayo as a family, nakakapagkwentuhan. So, natatanong nung magulang yung anak kung kumusta ba yung school, kung sino ba yung mga friends niya. So, doon yung nagiging bonding time nila during meal time. Next is shared activities, engaging in a healthy activities such as exercise, playing games, or volunteering fosters a sense of togetherness. Or as a Filipino family, so we often do this as, for example, yung namamasyal, nagmumall, or pumupunta sa mga theme parks. So yun yung mga isa or one way na nakakapagkaroon ng shared activities yung families. Or for example, during family days sa school, so kaya naman ini-encourage yan sa mga schools to have family day para naman magkaroon ng shared activities and more bonding moments between the children and their parents. So we also have shared responsibilities. Sharing household tasks and participating in decision making promotes a sense of equality and teamwork. So ibig sabihin, we have our each responsibilities at home. So may kanya-kanya tayong responsibilities sa loob ng tahanan. So merong tagawalis, may tagahugas, may schedule ng paghuhugas ng plato or mga pinagkainan, or merong maglalaba, no? Lalo na kapag lumalaki na yung mga bata. So tinuturuan na sila ng mga different household chores, so para maging responsible sila in the future. At the same time, decision making, so sinasali yung mga bata, so to give them sense of kumbaga na parang belongingness din, parang pinaparamdam sa kanila na as a family, meron siyang opinion, pinapakinggan yung kanyang opinion as a member of the family. So parang napapakinggan yung kanyang boses. So when it comes to decision making. So perhaps pwedeng hindi masunod, or kumbaga hindi man, for example, hindi okay yung kanyang decision, but the point is napakinggan or nakapag-voice out siya ng kanyang opinion regarding a certain matter. So support and involvement. Healthy families provide ongoing support and stay involved in each other's lives to meet physical, emotional, mental, and social needs. So, for example, may mga school programs, yung mga bata, so alam naman natin that parents are trying their best to attend sa mga programs, especially kapag magpe-perform yung kanilang mga anak. So, to show support and involvement sa school activities ng mga bata. So, we should try our best to make time for them, kasi kapag nakita nila yung ibang classmates nila na nandun ng parents and then yung kanila wala, nagkakaroon sila ng insecurity, nagkakaroon sila ng inferiority na bakit ang aking mama or papa wala, bakit yung kanila nandun. So, as much as we can, as much as possible, so we should make time for the kids. So, yun yung isang way para makapagbigay tayo ng support and at the same time to boost their self-confidence. Hindi ba? So, iba yung ngiti ng bata. So, as I observe, iba yung kanilang ngiti, iba yung performance nila, lalo na pag nakikita nila may nag-cheer sa kanila, especially kung yun ay kanilang parents. So this time, the Filipino family, a foundation of strength. The foundation of a society is the family. It's the smallest unit in the society, but it is one of the foundation. So dito na bibuild yung community. So kapag maraming families sa isang lugar, they build a community, and kapag maganda ang foundation ng isang family, maganda yung ang kanilang culture na kinagisnan, yung kanilang meron silang a certain ways na maganda, no, yung kanilang samahan. So nagiging maganda rin yung nagiging community nila. So na-adapt yun hanggang sa magkaroon tayo ng isang napakalaking community ng families na nagtutulungan. So Filipinos have strong attachment to their family. So we have strong family bond, no? Hindi tayo katulad ng ibang nation na kapag matanda na or dumating na sa certain age yung ating parents, ay dadali na lang nila sa home for the aged or home for the elderly. Pero tayo, no, we never do that. So as much as possible, talagang aalagaan natin hanggat kaya natin, no, aarugain natin yung ating mga magulang. So we have that strong sense of family bond. So valuing their family's presence above everything else, the Filipino family is considered exemplary because of its values of close family ties, solidarity, o yung what do you call this? When you say solidarity, yung pagsasama-sama, no, yung pagkakaisa, respect, religiosity, and affection for the aged. A sense of pride is often instilled in the Filipinos when they talk about their own families. Yan. So talagang hindi natin maiaalis yan, no? Talagang ilalaban natin yung family natin na hindi tayo magpapatalo, 'di ba? Pataasan tayo ng kumbaga kapag sa isang tumpukan ng kwentuhan, wala kayo sa lolo ko, wala kayo sa lola ko. So parang at talagang yung pride nandoon sa atin, especially kapag pamilya na yung nasa linya, hindi ba? Hindi tayo magpapatalo dyan. And every last week of September has been declared in the Philippines as National Family Week. So, upon creating this video, so katatapos lang nung kainang pamilya, yung sama-sama yung family sa pagkain ng meal. So, para emphasize yung pagsasama-sama ng isang pamilya sa pagkainan. Regardless kung anong ulam yan, hindi naman kailangang masarap na masarap ang ulam. But then, the point is to show that yung iba yung bond ng family kapag kumakain ng sabay-sabay. No? Kaya, during this week, so dineclare nila yan na for that specific day na uuwi lahat ng nagtatrabaho, no, ng 3 o'clock to spend their dinner with the family. So, encouraging a conscious effort to spend time with the family and strengthen connections. Yun. So, talagang kailangan palakasin at patatagin yung bond at yung pagsasama-sama ng isang pamilya. So, we have here importance of promoting a healthy family. Bakit ba mahalaga na i-promote yung isang healthy family? So, alam naman natin, we have different interpretation when we say family. Hindi ba? Lumawak na yung ating interpretation. Hindi lang siya basta mother, father. Yung iba, no? Because of the LGBT. So, we have already embraced them. So, talagang as long as you love and take good care of your children, it my own personal opinion. So, walang problema yun. As long as hindi pinapabayaan yung bata, as long as binibigay yung kanyang mga pangangailangan, basic needs, so wala tayong problema doon. So, marami na kasi tayong iba't iba na yung interpretation natin ng family because yung dinidiscuss natin, we are talking about the ideal family, ideal complete family. But in reality, alam natin na marami tayong iba't ibang situation inside the house. Hindi ba? And we all respect that. Hindi natin ginajudge yun. Ang point ko lang as a teacher, as long as hindi naapektuhan ng bata, na ibibigyan basic needs, na alagaan ng mental health ng bata, at nakakapag-aral siya ng maayos, maganda yung state of mind niya, wala tayong problema. In my own personal opinion. So, yun ay personal kong paniniwala. So, now, emotional well-being. Number 1, healthy family provides a safe and nurturing environment, fostering emotional stability and resilience. So, mahalaga to. Kasi dito sa bahay or sa kanyang family nabibuild yung kanyang self-confidence. Yung feeling of security. Na alam niya na ang family niya ay mahal na mahal siya at never siyang iiwanan. So, mahalaga yun na iparamdam sa mga bata para maging secure yung pakiramdam nila. Once na secure and loved ang isang bata, maganda ang kanilang self-esteem, maganda ang kanilang self-confidence. Academic success. Children who grow up in healthy families tend to perform better academically and socially. So, marami to, no? Based sa mga based in my experience as a teacher, talagang hindi maiwasan kapag nagkakaroon ng family problem, naapektuhan talaga yung academic performance ng bata. So talagang kapag hindi maiwasan talaga na may mga situation na kailangang harapin as a family, ang talagang naapektuhan is yung mga bata. So as a parent, kailangan we should think critically. Ang iisipin natin is yung kapakanan ng bata na before ourselves. So, yun dapat yung ating unang iisipin. Kasi, ang yung epekto niyan ay sa bata. No? Tayo as an adult, medyo makakayanan natin, pero iba yung effect niya sa mga bata. Next is strong relationships. So, family bonds built on trust and mutual respect can last a lifetime. So, mas nagiging maganda at nakaka-build ng mga magandang relationship with others yung mga bata kapag secured yung kanila, or they have a healthy family or a healthy family environment. Next is healthy lifestyle habits. Families can influence healthy habits in areas like nutrition, exercise, and sleep. So, sabi nga, kung ano yung ginagawa sa bahay, yun din yung na-adapt ng bata. So, for example, yung child or yung children, lumaki sila sa environment na puyat lagi. No, inaabot ng umaga sa panonood ng TV, pagpo-computer. So, nakakasanayan nila yon. And eventually, yun yung nagiging parang lifestyle na nila. Kaya, as a parent, so we should be careful also, no, sa lifestyle natin. Kasi yun yung nakakasanayan ng mga bata. And as we say, discipline should always start at home. At sabi nga, laging sinasabi ng teacher ko before and sinasabi ko rin sa mga estudyante ko ngayon, so kung ano yung ipinapakita mong ugali, no, sa school, sa community, is the reflection kung anong klaseng family meron ka. And we don't want na yung ating mga anak ay magkaroon ng notion na hindi maganda. Hindi ba? So that's why at an early age, it is very important to teach our child, no, yung good manners and right conduct on how they should act, no, inside the house. Dapat parehas lang. So respect at sa lahat ng tao. So yung paggalang hindi dapat mawawala. So behave well. Hindi maiwasan ng kakulitan, but of course, another thing is yung saying of bad words. So iwasan po natin yon kasi na-adapt ng ating mga anak. So here are some ways, simple ways you can spend quality time with your family. So eat meals together, yan. So kahit na mahirap because of the conflict sa schedule, as much as possible kung kaya during weekends or spend some time to eat meals together. Sharing a meal is a great way to connect and learn about each other's day. Put away phones. So this one is very critical because napaka rampant na talaga ng technology, and pag nakikita mo talaga kahit na kumakain nakaharap sa cellphone. So focus on being present with your loved ones. Help with homework. This can help kids feel confident and overcome challenges. So, giving them support na kaya mo yan. So, kahit how many minutes, just make sure to check them kung may mga homework pa, kung nagawa ba. So, kung talagang busy, at least natanong mo lang yung bata kung may homework ba, may projects, kung nakapag-review ba. Do chores together. Working as a team can be fun and rewarding. Parehas kayong sabay kayong maglaba. Turuan maglaba ang bata, di ba? Sabay maglinis ng garden. Pwedeng turuan magluto. Take trips together. Travel creates memories and teaches valuable life skills. So, kung may extra budget, kung nakapag-ipon ng budget for trips, for travel, so mas okay yon. So, at least kung hindi naman talaga kailangang every year, nagta-travel every month. So, at least kung may mga important occasions na you could spend time together on a trip, hindi naman kailangan sobrang malayo, basta yung quality time, yun yung mahalaga. Now, this time, let's talk about the roles and responsibilities of family members in promoting family health. So, sabi nga, no, kumbaga, each one in the family has specific roles na kailangan nilang gawin. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang nanay ang gagawa ng paraan para magkaroon ng healthy family environment, hindi lang tatay, hindi lang mga anak. Dapat they work together para magkaroon ng harmonious relationship yung family. So for parents, provide guidance, support, and discipline, foster open communication, and create a safe environment. For children, respect family rules and contribute to household chores, express themselves openly, and seek support when needed. For siblings, para sa magkakapatid, show kindness and understanding towards each other, hindi yung nagbabanatan. Work together to resolve conflicts and support each other's goals. So, for the mother, napakaraming task ni mama, di ba? So, napaka-multitasking talaga ng ating mga nanay. So, number one, to love unconditionally. So, ano na yan, kumbaga self-explanatory na. We cannot really explain yung pagmamahal na kayang ibigay ng magulang sa kanyang family. To take care physically and emotionally, to correct, discipline, and train, diba? So, as a mother, no, kapag may nakikita tayong hindi maganda sa anak natin, we should correct them. Huwag na nating antayin na iba pa yung magko-correct sa anak natin kasi para sa atin, parang masakit yun, di ba? So, as a parent, dapat tayo na mismo yung mag-discipline and mag-train ng ating mga anak. To build, to encourage, and to teach. So, ang ating mga nanay, ang ating first teacher. So, sila yung unang nagturo sa atin ng mga ABCs, sila yung unang nagturo sa ating magbasa, and so on and so forth. To connect, learn about your children and grow with them. Yan. So, open communication. To guide, to show the way and offer wisdom. To protect, to keep safe and offer support. So, alam natin na minsan isang hug lang sa magulang natin. So, iba yung comfort na ibibigay no. So, as we grow old, medyo nagiging distant na tayo, no, yung iba. And that's why sobrang saludo ako sa mga children na hanggang pagtanda napakaklingi pa rin nila, nakakayakap, nagkikis pa rin sila sa kanilang magulang. So, nakakatuwa yung ganun. No, kasi ganun ka-strong yung kanilang closeness sa kanilang family, especially with the parents, to provide, to care for needs, and give resources, to inspire, encourage, and empower, to forgive, to show compassion and understanding. So, lahat-lahat yan, kayang-kayang ibigay ng ating mga magulang, especially ng ating nanay, unconditionally, without asking anything in return. Syempre, we also have our father. Our father is our protector, teacher, encourager, a person who picks you up when you fall, brushes you off, and lets you try again. Admired and much loved, often referred to as son's first hero and father's first love. So we have here the roles and responsibilities of a father. Number one is motivator. A father motivates children towards daily productivity and healthy growth. Enforcer, one of the greatest disadvantages many kids in fatherless homes face is the lack of male presence and leadership. A father's presence provides strong leadership in the home, enforcing family rules and boundaries, making a mother's job easier. Meaning to say, magkatuwang talaga sila sa pag-enforce ng discipline and leadership inside the house. So, pag nagkaroon ng situation na nag-separate, so minsan si mama siya na lahat, si papa siya na rin lahat. So we should also respect them for being both the mother and the father for their child. So encourager, be your children's biggest cheerleader and greatest fan. Trainer, there are lessons and life skills your child will never learn apart from being taught. From learning how to ride a bike to knowing how to manage good relationships, your child needs your intentional investment. It takes time and effort, but it's so worth it. Counselor, children need direction, answers, and advice. Strive to be your children's chief counselor. So, sino bang unang mag-a-advise sa mga bata kung hindi yung kanilang mga magulang? Diba? Yung mga first heartbreak, yan, mga crush, dapat maging open tayo sa ganyang topic sa ating pamilya para naman maging mulat, maging aware yung mga bata sa mga nangyayari sa paligid. And at the same time, we teach them how to handle those kinds of relationship. How to handle friendship with both girls, or for example, a daughter, no? Tuturuan siya paano mag-handle ng friendship with the same girls. Then kapag may friend na lalaki, so paano rin ba dapat i-handle yung ganong klaseng friendship? So, yun. Next would be sibling. A sibling is a relative that shares at least one parent with a subject. A male sibling is a brother, and a female sibling is a sister. A person with no sibling is an only child. Roles, and we have this, the roles and responsibilities of siblings or yung magkapatid. Ano ba yung dapat na mga roles ng magkakapatid sa isang tahanan? Balance maturity and childishness. So, you need to balance out acting immature and act like a serious adult. No, kailangan mabalanse natin yun, yung pagiging immature and yung okay lang kapag bata, pero as we grow old, we need to be more responsible na, especially kung may mga kapatid tayo na mas nakakabata. So, alam yan ng mga panganay, no, mas madali silang nagiging mature because sila yung laging parang kanang kamay ng magulang to take good care of yung mga mas nakababatang kapatid. Be on top of your game. You should be on top of the game at all times. So avoid being controlling. Stop yourself from being controlling and shoving your philosophies down their throat. So wag nating ibuli, no? Yung mga panganay, wag naman ding ibuli yung mga mas nakakabata. Mga palautos, utos ng utas. Kunin mo to. So kailangan naman maging fair tayo sa ating mga kapatid, no? And we also need to always be kind to them. So connect them to your resources. You should be able to connect them to any, if not all, the resources you have. Don't compare yourself. You should be able to hide your ego and do your best not to compare your life with your siblings. So, wag nating i-compare yung ating sarili sa ating kapatid because we are both unique individuals. And then, magkadugo kayo, no? So, there's no need for competition. Dapat, you should help each other to grow. Don't expect praise. Don't request that you get praise for being a great older sibling. Be aggressive. Learn to be aggressive. Always be on call. You should always be on call. You must be patient and trust that they will do the right thing. And you will be a better older sibling if you are willing to listen to them, learn from them, and most of all, be proud of them. Okay, so open communication and emotional connectedness. So active listening. Listen attentively without interrupting and make eye contact. So kapag ang bata nagkukwento, pakinggan lang natin yung stories nila. So nakakatuwa lalo na kapag lumalaki ang bata, hindi ba? Makikinig lang tayo sa mga kwento nila sa school, anong ginawa nila, naka-receive ba sila ng star, or ano ba, naka-good job ba sila galing kay teacher. So expressing feelings, share your thoughts and feelings openly and honestly. Empathy and validation. Try to understand each other's perspectives and validate their feelings. Okay. We also have mutual respect and conflict resolution. So respect language, avoid name calling, insults, and hurtful words. So sa magkakapatid, no, huwag tayong magbigay ng mga palayaw, mga taguri, hindi ba? So respect them. We should call them by their name. Kung ikaw yung older brother or older sister, if you are the youngest or yung middle child, learn to call ate and kuya or kung ano man yung terms of endearment nyo sa inyong mga older brother and sister. So avoid insults and yung panunukso sa kapatid. Active listening, so listen attentively and understand each other's perspective. Compromise, be willing to compromise and find solutions that would work for everyone. Focus on solutions. So kapag may problema, ang isipin natin solution, hindi yung dadagdagan pa lalo ang problema. So work together to find solutions. So shared responsibilities and teamwork. So paano ba natin yung gagawin? So yun, kailangan mayroon tayong mga household chores. Kailangan may kanya-kanya tayong toka, responsibility, kung ano ba yung gagawin natin, your division of task, and then meal preparation. So, sino maghahanda ng plato, sino magluluto, sino maghuhugas, sino magpupunas ng lamesa. Encourage everyone to contribute. And then errands. So, halimbawa, si ate ngayon ang mamamalengke, bukas si kuya naman ang mamamalengke, susunod si mama, si papa, so etc. So, siya muna magbabayad ng kuryente, o hindi naman yung literal na for example, grade 4, tas kayo yung kukuha ng pera magbabayad. So, for example, yung mga kaya lang na simple task and errands lang na kayang gawin. So, make it a family activity. Alright, and building a supportive and nurturing environment. So, spend quality time, affection and appreciation, celebrating success. Yan, kapag nanalo, we should learn how to celebrate. No? Kahit yung simple wins, di ba? Yung small wins, i-celebrate natin. Baka, kumbaga, porket hindi nagkakaroon ng medal yung bata, hindi natin i-cheer. So, kahit kaunti, di ba? Pag basta may makita lang tayong, for example, improvement sa grade. So, small token, okay na yan. Just to show our appreciation, no, sa kanilang effort na to be better. So, family tradition. So, for example, during Christmas, get together with your relatives and then create lasting memories and strengthen family bonds. So, now let's go to your lesson activities for weeks 1 and 2. So, we have 2. So, kindly answer the following characteristics of families or family members. So, write M for mother, F for father, S for siblings. And then, let's find out if you got the correct answer. And the last activity would be, okay, true or false. So, write true if the sentence is correct and false if the statement is not correct. And then let's find out if you got the correct answer. Alright, so again, what we discussed is the ideal. Ito yung kumbaga para sa atin is the perfect family, no? How to create or maintain a healthy family relationship, no? Yung how to create strong bonds, strong family bonds. And as we all know, we have different situations inside the house, but as long as we love and respect each other, ang bata, katulad ng nabanggit ko kanina, nabibigay ang pangangailangan, naalagaan ng kanyang mental health, nag-aalaga ng kalusugan, napoprovide ang kanyang mga pangangailangan, and make sure na nakakausap natin sila, na-check ano ba yung kanilang nararamdaman, because nowadays, no, dati hindi natin 10 years ago, 20 years ago, mental health never nagiging issue yan sa ating mga Pilipino, hindi masyado. But when the pandemic, no, nagkaroon ng pandemic, talagang medyo na-open up yan. No, kumbaga, nagkaroon tayo ng awareness about our mental health. So, importante din yun kasi para maging positive yung pagtingin lagi ng ating mga anak sa buhay. No? Kumbaga, as much as possible, wag tayo mag-entertain ng negative thoughts. That's why open communication is very important. And with that, I would like to thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope you learned something from our lesson for this weeks. So this will cover weeks 1 and 2 for PE and health. So see you again next time, and thank you for being with me. I'm Teacher Aisa. Bye-bye!